Hi, I'm Sophie.
I'm Ruth.
This is our Super Wendy project. So we're going to show you a little bit about how it works. What we had in mind is that we wanted something that would track your vitals, so how much you've drunk, how much you've eaten, how much you've rested, and how much you've exercised, as well as hopefully how much you've socialized. And then it would give you feedback based on how well you've been doing.
Basically how the suit works is it tracks your body and how much you're doing each of these things over a 24-hour period, and every 6 hours it checks up on you, although for demonstration purposes we've shrunk the time down to 1 minute. So this isn't actually how it would work if you were using it on a daily basis.
The buzz and the light went on. So this means that I haven't slept enough, and the buzzer means I haven't exercised enough. To remedy both of those things, what I want to do is I want to lie down, and this represents lying down, and I want to cover the light sensor. So this would signify that I'm sleeping in the real world. After a period of 30 seconds, it will register that I've slept enough for the demonstration purposes, and the light should turn off. Like that.
Yay! And now she's going to run up and down so that she adds to her exercise bank. And so, do you want to go for it?
Yeah, sure.
It doesn't really matter. Yeah. So basically now the y coordinates are going up and down. And so next time it's been a 6-hour time period, or in this case a 1 minute time period, the vibration actuator won't go off because she's exercised enough.
Yep.
Level sensor, and so currently she's drunk enough water because the blue light's on, and once it goes 2 minutes without her drinking enough water, the blue light will go off and a pink light will come on, letting her know that she needs to drink some more.
So you have a little bit of a wait period right now. The reason we chose LEDs for the water bottle is we thought it would be a really subtle choice. It wasn't going to be in your face, but it was going to be enough to let you know that it needed to be done, and it wasn't a big deal if other people knew. And in fact, it could be something that other people would be like, oh, you haven't drank enough water, have a sip right now or something. It can become almost a social aspect in that regard.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so now Sophie's going to drink as much as she can, and then within 2 minutes the light should change back to blue to indicate that she's drunk enough water. Can you see the pink light? You can zoom in on it now because it should change.
Can you zoom on?
You could just physically zoom.
Okay.
Hey, look, it turned blue! Great, good. So something else that we thought about when we were programming this was that we wanted to be able to turn off the feedback sometimes, just in case you were in a situation that would warrant real privacy with what is going on.
Especially something like class. That was someplace where you might not want everybody to know how well you're doing.
So we also realized that we don't want you to have to remember to turn the suit back on again, so what we decided to do was to program it to turn off for a certain amount of time, in this case 70 minutes, because our classes are 70 minutes long, and then after that time period is over, it'll automatically turn back on. So of course in this case, so what we decided to do was to program it to turn off for a certain amount of time, in this case 70 minutes, because our classes are 70 minutes long, and then after that time period is over, it'll automatically turn back on. So of course in this case, we have shortened the time span that it'll turn all of the feedback off. But basically what will happen is when we turn this light on and turn this switch, this light will go on to let you know that your suit is basically off in terms of feedback. It'll still track all of your progress so that once you turn it back on, it'll let you know if any changes have been made. But all of the feedback, including this LED, this vibration sensor, actuator, and these LEDs will go off. So we're going to show you that right now.
So I'm going to just switch it like that.
Don't panic yet.
See, as you can see, all of the feedback is turned off. So And some additional thing to note is that we also programmed it so that if you're awake, then this vibration actuator will go off, but if you're asleep, that vibration won't go off, so that it doesn't wake you up in the middle of the night. So that's another
really
thing that we
convenient.
thought about.
So you could either wait for this to all turn off, or you could switch it off. So right now I'll just leave it, but
Yes. And so now you can see the blue light is back. So another aspect of our suit is that our suit is responsible for is checking where you're located and if you've eaten or not. So ideally, in an ideal world, every single dining hall here at our college would have RFID readers that would know whether or not you're in the dining hall. And each suit contains a tag in it. So this one is located right here. And so the reader can tell if the wearer has entered the dining hall or not, and it can differentiate between different people because each tag has a different number associated with it. And another aspect of our suit is we wanted to make sure you can tell if you're having social interactions or not. So also ideally we would have RFID readers in each suit and tags in each suit. And if you're in proximity of one of your friends, then it would read that and know that you had made a connection, a social connection. And if you hadn't for a long time, the buzzer might go off or something like that. So this is just kind of demonstrating that it's possible for the computer to track where the suit is located, and then ideally the computer would then respond and tell the suit, and then the suit could give you input feedback. So
the way this works is that these all represent different people, all of these tags. And if we look at the output from the computer, when one of them passes, this beeps and it says, "Welcome to the dining hall. You have 0 friends in the dining hall." So then maybe somebody else goes by and it says, "Welcome to the dining hall. You have 1 friend in the dining hall," because your friend's already there. And then I might go in and it'll tell me I have 2 friends in the dining hall. We set this up so that the maximum dining hall capacity is only 3 people for the sake of this sample. So then when this 4th person tries to go in, it says, "Sorry, but there is no more space in the dining hall." However, when people leave again, it says goodbye and there's more space for somebody else to go in. This is a kind of way of letting you know when there's people in the dining hall that you might want to talk to. In the ideal world, you'd be able to kind of program in which numbers are associated with friends. Like each person could have a profile that they set up. But this is kind of beyond the scope of what we're working on right now since we don't have the RFIDs readers built into the suit.
thank you so much.